You're listening to Pure and Utter.
Pure and utter.
Shite.
No, it's not shite. All right, so you've been in a nudist beach in a hot place or a cold place?
And I burnt my willy one time and my bum.
Oh my God. You are joined with Ryan Lynch and Gary Gamble. Hello and welcome to another episode of Pure and Utter, and we are on episode
number 4. Ba, 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 ba.
Today you are joined by Ryan Lynch and
Gary Gamble.
And we're back for your weekly dose of pure and utter idiotry all together.
Yes, Pure and Utter seems to be... Well, it seems to be getting around. A lot of people tell me, hey, I heard that Pure and Utter, So
I've had a lot of feedback,
yeah, Pure and Utter is shite.
Do you know what the one feedback we get is some people say we talk a bit fast for foreigners.
Do. So today we are going to slow down a little bit.
Yes.
Not too slow.
Not too...
I said that fast.
Not too slow, no. Well, we will try our best to speak clearly so you can all understand us and listen to our pure and utter lunacy over here in the Northwest.
And we have a lot of topics to get through today, Ryan, so God help us. Let's kick into the first one.
Here we go. So I normally asked you what you've been up to this week, but I know what you've been up to because we ended up going down to Cork, down to the bottom of Ireland,
yes.
And we went to London.
We went to Cork first we had a gig down there in Skibbereen, and then we went from Skibbereen to London. It was absolutely amazing.
Skibbereen's a great place. Cork's brilliant. You know what? I haven't spent much time in Cork myself, but the people down there are so fun. I really loved it down there. It was great.
Good crack. Now, they're wild nice people. You could take them all home with you. They're that lovely.
Oh, they are.
If you're from Cork and you're Chindor way, hello to you. And even there was people there from Tipperary and Limerick and all round.
Oh, all round the country. Aye, they all come down. And
Come down the mountain, Katie Daly. Sorry, I had to squeeze that in.
And also we went to London, and we went for a particular reason. What was that reason, Gary?
Ryan purchased some Sophie Ellis-Bextor tickets for my birthday back in July, and we got to see her a few days ago in London at the Apollo in Hammersmith.
That's right. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not a huge Sophie Ellis-Bextor fan.
How dare you? Sophie, did you hear him?
But I wasn't. And then I went to see her, and I can say now, I am a fan. She was really fantastic. Such a great show, wasn't it?
She'll love that now. Sophie is such a darling. She's class. And those big, lovely long legs and that singing. And I think she's just amazing. She turned me straight.
It's murder on the dance floor.
Murder on the dance floor.
She's very particularly well spoken. I love it.
Oh, she is class.
It's murder on the dance floor.
You think you've got your way, but baby, there's a catch.
There's a catch.
Love the way she sings it.
But actually, the gig was great, and I recorded a little snippet of her chatting.
You did.
And on her Christmas kitchen disco, Sophie gives some facts about each place that she's playing on the tour. So I recorded some of the facts that she gave in about London. So why don't we have a listen?
You're so naughty. I didn't even know you'd done that. I'm telling Sophie. Let's hear it.
Another thing that I learned was, like, obviously a lot of people think of London like Mary Poppins. Actually, it's illegal to fly a kite in London. It's also illegal to feed the pigeons in Trafalgar Square. So, don't tell the tourists, but that's the truth of the matter. But however, if you're walking through any of our many parks, you might like to know that actually London is the largest urban forest in the world. Yes, true fact. Because to be qualified as a forest, there has to be over 20% green, and it's like 21% green. So we're just in there. Are you still bearing with me? I've got more for you, Okay, so I learned another fact, and then I looked it up a bit more, because I was like, that sounds too good to be true. And then some things said it wasn't true, and some things said it was, and I thought, it's the internet, that means it's definitely true. So, when they first opened London Zoo, if you didn't have the 3.5 pence entry, you could play with a cat or a dog, which we played with the lions and tigers. I know. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? It's a bit controversial, isn't it?
Oh my God, Ryan, imagine that if you wanted entry to the zoo. You had to bring a dog or a cat to feed to the lions.
I don't believe that's really true, but it might have been in those days. You never know.
Well, that is unbelievable. There you go.
Do you know what? That's a good idea when you're doing a gig to give some facts about the local area.
That's
funny.
Well done, our Sophie. And Ryan was feeling really bad. He says, oh, Gary, I'm so sorry. These are bad seats. Ryan, they weren't bad seats. And to even make it better, Sophie ended up coming up to the front of us, one seat away from us.
She walked right past us, so it was very good altogether. Put us in the perfect festive mood for Christmas.
She did. And she sang Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas a cappella.
That was beautiful. And she
the very
sang
end.
Fairy Tale in New York for Kirsty and Shane with Dan Gillespie Sells from The Feeling. And that was gorgeous as well.
She was
I loved it.
amazing.
Loved
She was
it.
absolutely amazing. And Ryan, you must be delighted this week because something else happened.
Of course, my very old and dear friend.
How old?
15 years probably now. Oh my God. Ginger Johnson win RuPaul's Drag Race UK, the next drag
Yay!
superstar.
Oh, that's amazing. And I never watched it, but I just thought it was amazing, the finale. I only watched the finale and I just knew that he was talented, creative, and he was going to win.
Oh, of course. So did I. Anyway, let's get on to our first topic of the podcast today. Here we go. So, Gary, our first topic that I would like to talk about with you today has been playing on my mind.
Playing on your mind.
I want to talk all about nudity.
Oh-ho!
So, let's talk about it. Have you ever been
Nude, yeah.
Nude.
The day I was born.
in public?
Nude, of course.
Where?
Oh, loads of places. The nudist beaches.
Oh, you've been to a nudist beach?
Aye, loads of times.
Where?
Over in Gran Canaria and Spain and somewhere else.
So you've been on a nudist beach?
Of course, everybody's been on a nudist beach.
All right. So you've been in a nudist beach in a hot place or a cold place?
Uh-huh. And I burnt my willy one time and my bum.
Oh my God. That's a disaster. You should always wear SPF.
Bernie willy. What they were calling me for the week.
Who was calling you?
All my friends are calling me Gary Cockburn. They were telling me that was my surname.
Mr. Cockburn.
Oh no, hi Mr. Coburn. I says Cockburn.
It's like Mrs. Bucket and Mrs. Bouquet.
Oh, it's so funny. What about you, Ryan?
At least they weren't calling you Gary Bucket. That'd be a different story.
What about you now? Come on.
Have I been naked in public? I went to a nudist beach in the summer in Croatia for the first time ever, and it was quite an experience. There was all sorts of people from across Europe and the world there. It was a lovely location on the rocks. So there was all sorts there, you know, all sizes, shapes. And to be honest with you, it was so free and just to get your kid off and jump into the ocean and enjoy yourself. It was good crack. Although I made sure that I had SPF on everywhere.
Ew.
What are you oohing about? You didn't do it, you had cockburn.
I know.
Ew.
No, I don't like sun factor too much because I know how long to spend in the sun. And plus the fact, when you get the sun into your skin, it takes 2 hours for your body to make vitamin D. And if you're putting sun factor on, then your body's not able to make vitamin D.
Okay, that's great logic, but I wasn't the one with the burnt cock at the end of the day, so...
That's because I stayed too long. No, I was there about 2.5 hours. And I should have been there only for 45 minutes.
Oh, sure, I don't want to look
And
like...
did you never get something burned?
I never get sunburned. I put SPF on in the winter and everything, you know.
you're
I don't
not
want to
your
look
head.
like an Italian handbag in 5 years, you know? Have you ever been naked on stage, Gary?
Naked on stage? You have.
Oh, I have. I'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a minute. Have you?
Let me think. Oh, yes, once. Once I had to run in with just covered my balls.
What was that?
And it was a drag queen show.
Oh my God.
And I wasn't the drag queen in it, unfortunately.
Where was it?
Hear me, unfortunately. Was it in England? I think it was. What about you?
Well, I've been on stage naked, I think, in several different productions now. It's never ever something I intended to do, but it sort of kept happening.
We could go on the stage as the naked singers.
Oh God, I think those days are past for me, to be honest. So the first ever, I guess, off West End production I did when I started off doing musical theatre back in the day was a musical called Bathhouse the Musical. And I played the young ingenue who went to a gay sauna in the big city. And all I had to cover my modesty was a towel.
Oh, you poor wee cutter.
And I even posed naked in the Gay Times magazine. And
Did you, Bash?
I'm on the naked episode.
Oh my God.
And I look like a peeled sausage. It's not my best. It's not my finest moment. But you know what?
And can we Google this online and all and find pictures of you and stick it up in the fridge and stuff?
Please God, no, don't do that. Oh, it's desperate altogether.
Sure, why? How nudity's grand, like.
Well, I suppose it's very free. And after that, it didn't fluster me at all. But I ended up doing the full Monty, the show as well.
Oh, Ryan, keep your clothes on.
That was quite a complex situation, you know. That you had the magnetic trousers and you had the magnetic thong and the whole shebang. You had to make sure you got your hat out to cover your bits and bobs before you exposed yourself. It was quite complicated. But you know what was even harder than that? I didn't mean like that.
What was
Gary.
harder than that, Ryan?
Doing a Yorkshire accent. Can you do
as well, and being naked.
Can you do a Yorkshire accent?
Not really.
Oh,
No.
go on, give it a go.
What about you? No, I can't do Yorkshire. Why can't you do it and I'll just copy you?
Marion, we need to talk about Mallorca. I think a week might be a bit much.
We need to talk about Mallorca. I think next week will be a bit much. I have no clue.
God forgive.
No, I'll just stick to me wee Cork and Donegal accents. I mean,
And
Scottish
thrust.
accent.
Just cut that
Have you
out.
thrush?
Thrust.
Thrust.
Oh God,
Thrust
it's been
what?
years since I've had to do this accent. Don't quote me on that.
But Ryan, sure, everybody walks about naked too as well if they're comfortable with each other.
Well, there you go. That was interesting.
That was interesting. We've been both nude on stage and at beaches. And we've also realised it was hard for you one time.
What to do the Yorkshire accent?
Ryan, when you're a kid, naturally, you obviously say to everybody when you're younger, when I grow up, I want to be this and I'm going to be that. So, like, jobs. What was your job or what did you see yourself doing?
Okay.
When you were a kid, like you were like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be a...
Well, I always wanted to be a pop star. I want to be Claire out of Steps, to be honest with you.
Claire from Steps. But now it's too late to put up a fight. Why you sound like her from the back?
No, I always wanted to perform and sing and be on stage. I think it was like chronic attention seeking from about the age of 3 that
My God.
do you know what? There's videos, home videos of me.
I've seen them, you showed
And
me.
it's so funny. I'm
So
just
funny.
like, look at me from the age of 3. So I don't think, a lot of people struggle with what they want to do or what jobs they want to have. But I've always wanted to sing and perform and now I do that. So that's quite fun.
Well, that's good.
What about you, Gary? What did you always want to do?
I wanted to be an airline pilot, believe it or not.
Did you?
Yes.
Flying around the world.
And I have flown lots of times with a pilot. And it was amazing. I've done 8 hours, believe it or not.
Wow. And why did you stop?
I don't know. I just started to sing and I got more but giddy and carry on. And it was like, oh God, imagine me being a pilot. I scared the shit out of everybody. You know what I mean? I've been going left and right. Woo! Let's do loop-de-loop.
You've devilment in you.
I know. So, no, but it's a great pastime.
Oh my God, pure and utter in the skies.
Oh my God, pure and utter in the skies. So guess what, Ryan? We should go sometime.
Yes, for sure.
I know. Ryan, what was your first job?
Oh, I've always been working. I used to work in some of the local hotels, the Clanray, as a silver service waiter since I was quite young.
I think you told me that. I forgot about that actually.
I used to also...
Were you born when you were very young?
Oh, aye, very young.
Oh, right. Go on ahead.
So I used to work in the hotel, silver service, used to work behind the bars. I've had so many crazy jobs. Do you know what? One of my favourite experiences was when I was working in Harrods department store. In
You
London.
took me there, but where did you take me?
Oh, Liberty. I worked there too. But I worked in Harrods department store and I used to work in the watch repairs department of Harrods. And it was so fancy. You'd get all of these fabulous watches, Rolexes, Patek Philippe, and all of these things. So anyway, I used to take in these watches and repair them and sort them out. So you'd have to send some of these watches. Some of these watches... there was one watch who was owned by an oligarch from Azerbaijan, and it was a one-of-a-kind carbon fibre Patek Philippe that cost £275,000 for the watch. It's crazy, right?
Oh my God.
And there was this lovely woman. She must have been a little bit older, maybe in her early 60s, mid 60s. And she came in and I was working at a desk and my colleague, a lovely young lady, was working at the other desk. She stuck her head around the corner and she went, I'm going to sit with the boy. And she came and sat at my desk, not the girl's
Who was
desk.
she?
I'm getting to it. Can you calm down? So anyway... She said, I'm going to sit with the boy. So she came and sat at my desk and I helped her and she was like, well, my husband, he's got this little watch that needs a repair, but he also has a Rolex that he bought in Geneva airport with Woody Allen. And I was like, oh, really? Yeah. Because, there's lots of famous people that come through the doors of
they have to buy
Harrods.
watches too.
So anyway, she said, Woody Allen helped him pick his Rolex out. And I was like, okay, wonderful, whatever. Helped her, did everything. Anyway, she said, oh, you can Google my husband when I leave, and she gave me his name. Turns out was Hugh Hefner's right-hand man. He Hugh Hefner build the Playboy
Mansion.
whole massive empire. He set up the first Playboy casino in London. And I looked on his Wikipedia and it said spouse, and it was her. So I clicked on it, and turns out she was the most stunning Playboy bunny of the year. I think it was 1970.
Well, Ryan, it goes to show you, you could be serving anybody, any time of the day, anywhere in the world, and you never know who they are.
You never know their backstories.
You're right.
And then we had Gemma Collins in the next day, and she just was loud.
Oh, she's mad out, crack her.
But tell me, what other jobs did you do? Hi, is there any other jobs that you did over the years that, well, apart from those that you're making that there action with your mouth from, apart from that, what other jobs?
Hold on a minute, look at you, the wee angel in the corner.
I have.
I've never done those sort of jobs before.
I've done plenty of jobs.
I know. That's why you're always complaining about sore knees, isn't it? Anyway, what other kind of jobs that I want to do or I want to have?
Sore throat and sore knees.
That's true.
No.
Come here. An undertaker.
You wanted to be an undertaker?
Yes, and I still will probably be someday. I'd probably be sacked for laughing.
Oh God, you probably do something.
I know, something stupid. Do you know this? There was a friend of mine who was an undertaker, Ryan, and he was driving like a hearse all his life. And one day he was driving a bus and someone tapped him on the shoulder and he nearly crashed the bus. Because he was an undertaker for years. He must have thought he was driving the hearse and somebody tapped him on the shoulder.
Go and let me out at this stop.
Oh my God. There's a program on Netflix, I think it's called The Undertaker or The Funeral Director. It's about a gentleman in Mayo. Now, he is great crack. He's like me, he's mad in the head. Well, I don't know if he's mad in the head, but I am. And I did you watch it with me?
No, I never
No,
seen
all right, you're going to have to watch it because it's amazing. It's on Netflix called Funeral Director. I think it is. And he's a gentleman from Mayo and he's just crazy crack. But he's so good at his job. And by the way, his name is David McGowan and he's from Mayo.
We'll have to watch that. Do you know what I would actually like to do? I would like to be like an astronomer and look at the stars. Maybe like...
My daddy was giving you a telescope and you didn't take it. I must tell him.
I want it.
I know you want it.
Oh, I would love to do that. I love staring into space. There's something about that that's so interesting. The final frontier, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? We don't know what's out there.
True enough. You're always staring into space. You even do it now when you're not even looking at me. Like.
You're a cheeky wee... Okay, it's that time of the week. It's time for Gamble's Garbage.
Is that all right? I just made that up and the piano was food me. By the way, folks, there's a piano in the studio beside us. There you go.
Oh.
Gamble's Garbage this week is another joke and I get rated out of 0 out of 10. Last week's joke was 10, episode 3.
Was rustyfannies.com.
It was. Last week was all about rust down below in the nether regions. Well, Gamble's Garbage this week, I have a little joke for Ryan and I get marked out of 10. So it could be 0 for shite or 10 for fantastic. And hopefully we'll try and make him laugh. With your help, listeners, he might even crack a smile. Oh God, that was a crack. Starting already. So anyway, Ryan, do you know that there's 5 men in the world today that are fantastic in the bedroom department? They're the main men that you should have in your life if you want to be happy for the rest of your life. And I'm going to tell you live here in the studio, the 5 men that are very important in someone's life. And you have to really try and get one of these men because you'll be happy ever after.
Okay.
Number 1 is the doctor. A doctor, because the doctor tells you, take off all your clothes.
Okay.
The dentist came in at number 2.
Right.
Because he always says, open wide.
Right.
The coal man came in at number 3. Because he always says, do you want it in the front or do you want it in the back? The interior decorator, he came in at number 4.
Why?
He says, it's up now. What do you think? Do you like it?
Does he say it like that? Do you like it?
And number 5 was the bank manager.
Why?
Or a bank man even.
Why?
Because he always says, if you take it out now, you'll lose interest. Those are the 5 most important men in your life. pounds out of 10.
Is that the joke?
That's it. It's not really a joke. I just want to see reaction.
That
It's
is-
a 7, isn't there? A 6.
I'll give it a 5 and I'm being generous.
Oh, there's me. I was going to be a 6 or 7. That's it for this week's Gamble's Garbage.
Do, 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 do.
Oh, I don't have to do that. Hold on.
Well, let's come to that point of the week. It is time for our audience interaction.
Yes, audience interaction. We have a question for you this week, and the question is, who would you like us to interview for our very first season of interviews, which commences in January?
If you've got a celebrity in mind that you think we should interview, then let us know and we might try our very best to get them into the studio.
We will try our very best. We've got contacts.
Do we?
Yeah, well, you've got glasses. Now, faggoty ant. Let's sing along, everybody. Faggoty ant, faggoty ant, faggoty ant, faggoty ant, faggoty ant. That was beautiful.
Oh my God.
I was going to light a candle.
It's getting worse every time. All right, Gary. So I have the question for Faggoty Ant this week.
Oh, no, I wanted to do it.
No, I'm doing it this week. You always do it.
What a minute. I have here sitting in front of me all these pages. I have to reply to them now this week. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So this one comes in from a lady who's emailed who listens to us.
Agneta from ABBA.
It's not one of the banshees. No.
Frida?
No, it's not her either. They're busy doing
Claire from Steps. Sophie Ellis Baxter.
No, none of them girls.
Maybe someday.
Maybe it is because she's asked to remain anonymous. Let's just call her Mary. Shall we just call her Mary?
Auntie Mary had a canary. I know, up the leg of her drawers. Right, this week, how do you get canaries out of legs of drawers? Fart. Hum, go to Oma. Stay there at night.
Scares the shit out of them.
I know. The hum will scare the shit out of you and the canary. That's it for this week's Faggoty Ant.
So let's say we'll call this lady, this listener, Mary, who needs our help. So Mary has said to me, boys at Pure and Utter, I am desperately single and I feel like I'm going to be single forever. I'm turning 30 next year, but I don't think I'll ever meet anyone. I'm quite shy. What tips can you give me to get over my shyness and maybe find Mr. Right?
Well, first of all, enjoy single life because I absolutely love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay.
You don't need boyfriends.
But she's looking for one.
She just needs a companion.
A companion, right?
She can have a friend with benefits. Or does she... What is it she's actually missing? Companionship? Does she say that? No.
She says she
I
doesn't
know
want to
she
be
says she's
single
shy.
for forever and she's shy.
You're born alone and you die alone. That's my motto.
Well, you know.
But then again, they're not all like me or you. Look, don't be shy. Get your confidence up. Get out there, girl. Do some shopping. Get that hair done. Get the makeup done. And get out and about and shake your hip.
So, shake your... So tell me, what would you say, if you're afraid to maybe approach someone you fancy, or I know you don't struggle with that because you exude confidence, Gary Gamble, but someone who's maybe a little bit more of a
I'll tell you what
shy
to do.
person.
If that anonymous person, Mary,
Let's
if
call her Mary.
she comes to me and says, can I get a night out with you? I will set her up. I am the male Cilla Black.
Oh, really?
God rest her, I love Cilla. I am the male Cilla Black. And you know that because I could set you up with Tom, Dick and Harry. Mary, I'll tell you this one. The man that you'll meet to be singing to you, that's the wrong way to tickle Mary. And she'll be laughing her way to the altar. She'll be married and then she'll be coming back and faggoty out in 5 years' time saying, I wish I never met him. My advice is probably not good in this one. Ryan, we need some of your input. Come on, tell us.
Okay.
Shake your hip.
I don't know. I think maybe...
Your whole hip.
I think maybe I don't know, maybe give a wee bit of online dating a crack. What do you think about that? Get
she
your
could do
profile,
that.
your Tinder, your Bumble, your Chapchat.
Snapchat, Twitter and Skitter and Instagram and Instagram.
Do you know what? Do you know what? You need to dig through a lot of shite to find some gold, though. That's my tip. Just, maybe once a week, maybe meet up for a coffee with someone, see how it goes. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, move on.
Just go with the flow, my darling Mary, and you'll be quite contrary.
And don't worry about turning 30. It's all grand.
I know, 30's good.
Well, I hope you find your true love eventually. But you know what they always say? When you're not looking, that's when you find the person, isn't it?
Exactly. And always make sure when you find him that he has a big personality.
Massive personality. Auntie Mary has a canary.
Up the leg of our drawers. Boom. Ryan, last week we had a great reaction to me singing songs of Daniel O'Donnell.
Right, that's right.
And you laughed so much that you fell off your seat and cracked your elbow. So this week I thought I'd try it again to see, can you guess the name of the song and the singer/singers? That's too much of a clue.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Okay then, well here we go. I've been here all night, I've been here all day, and boy got me walking side to side. Let them hoes know. I'm talking to you, see you standing over there with your body, feeling like I want to rock with your body, and we don't gotta think about nothing but nothing. I'm coming at you, 'cause I know you got a bad reputation. It doesn't matter, 'cause you give me the temptation, and we don't gonna think about nothing. These friends keep talking way too much, say I should give up, can't hear them, no, 'cause I been here all night.
Oh, no.
What is it?
Is it Ariana Grande?
Yeah, that's one of them anyway. And Nikki.
Oh, it's Nikki again. You're a fan of Nikki.
Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon. Who's Nikki?
Nicki
Minaj.
Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. And it's songs called Side to Side. Well done, Ryan.
Do you know what that song's about?
Well,
Never mind. We'll move on.
Ryan, my pure nutter delight, it hasn't gone unnoticed, was meeting the darling herself, the longest-legged Liddy in London, Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Oh, she was great. It was a really good concert, wasn't it?
You are now a fan.
I am.
I know you are.
I've reformed my ways.
She's absolutely amazing.
She was brilliant. She put on a great show.
And she says Happy Christmas to me too.
She did. And did you see that big plastic horse she had?
Ah, that was class.
Class.
There's a name for it. She calls it something. I was seeing something backstage of her wee social media, and she calls the horse something.
We should get a plastic horse.
Yeah, and stick it up your hole, and then you'll be in a stable condition.
Oh my God.
Ryan, what was your pure nutter delight this week?
My pure and utter delight this week was getting to go back to London, see all my friends, caught up with loads
Tom.
of people. It was lovely. Yeah, Tom
Stefan.
and Jan.
Stefan, hello.
And Stefan.
And Etienne, hi to you.
Milosh. And Gregor.
Yes, and Peter.
And Peter
And
as
Peter,
well.
the
of
pumpkin
course.
eater.
Oh.
And Enrique Iglesias. We met Enrique too.
Oh, Enrique too.
Oh.
Okay.
And Etienne was sick. He wasn't well, so hello, Etienne.
Hello, Etienne. Yes. So it was great to catch up with everybody.
Absolutely amazing. Ryan, my pure nutter shite this week was we were supposed to have edited and have up our first little show reel on our website, but I never got it done. So I'm apologising to you. I'm very sorry, and I'm begging for forgiveness.
When you don't get it, you big bitch. Work harder, you lazy hair.
Right, what was your pure nutter shite this week?
My car's got a hum in it.
Oh, did you buy it, Noma?
No, I left the window open and it got soaked, and now my car's all
Oh,
yeah.
I'll help you fix it up.
Oh, it'd be grand.
So the water got in where? Front, back, side, where?
Driver's seat, sure, right in the prime position.
Oh, on the seat. I'm sure you got worse on it. Probably actually helped it. Well, that's not bad. You can get it clean. If you would like to hear more from Pure and Utter and see more visually, you can visit us at
www.pureandutter.com, and you can follow all of our social media channels. They're all linked there.
Yeah.
And if you have a faggoty ant question, if you need some advice or some help, please send your message to pureandutter@gmail.com, and we will try.
No more. There's too many on there. There's 14 we have to go through.
Oh, sure. People need help.
People need love. People need loving.
All right, I'm going home after that singing. See you later. Bye.
I'll just stay here and sing. So if you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS.
I can't get out. I can't get out. SOS. Send help.
And love you gave me nothing was to save me. SOS.
I'm deceased.